Welcome to Find Bliss Within Podcast. My name is Kasia Mikolajczyk and I'm a healer, teacher, and a guide at Modern Mystery School. I'm thrilled to bring to you this inspiring series of interviews with initiates. Today we'll be talking about ancient mysteries and how they can help us to become better parents and live more meaningful life. Welcome, Kodo. Thank you very much for joining us today. Would you be able to share with us how did you find mystery school? When did you enter the journey of self-discovery, self-mastery? What called you to the school?
Well, thank you for having me on your podcast. Yes, I step onto the path of self-healing um, many years ago, about 17 years ago. I wanted to help my family. My family was struggling back home in China. They were sick. My dad had a heart operation. My aunt had a stroke. She was in coma for many months. And then my mom was diagnosed with cancer. All of this happened within a 1 year period. And at the time, I was working at Citibank, and my family actually from a family of doctors. My grandfather, my aunt, my uncle, our neighbors, family, friends, they're all doctors. So I didn't want to give up on my family, so I started searching for alternative healings. That's when I started, and it actually helped me to manage my stress, and I become more centered, and yeah, that's how I started my self-discovery. um,
And how did you find the school? Was it like, did the school find you or did you find the school? It's always, I love the stories, how mysterious the school, mystery schools and teachings appear in our life.
I was searching many different things to help me to find inner peace, and I felt it was in my early 20s. I was in the corporate. I was lost in a way, and so I was searching. I tried many different things, from modern medicine to retreat in the Great Pyramid, working with shamans. And if your friend said there's something, it's really cool, try. And so I met a friend. She had the life activations, and I tried it. And yeah, the rest is all history. I was just curious. I felt something after life activation. I felt something shifted in me. I don't know what that was at the time. And then I continue the journey, and yeah, the rest is all history.
Wow, wow, amazing. Um, so I would love to explore the subject now as we walk in the path of self-discovery, self-healing. How is that connecting to, to being a parent and also how that affects our other relationships? Because it all starts from within. Would you be able to share a little bit about that?
Sure. Well, when we heal, everything around us changes. Our relationships and relationship with, our parents, with, our children. That everything shifts when we heal. And I think that the path of Mystery School gives a lot of clarity and awareness. Um, it's the path of hermetic lineage. So in hermetic lineage, we say if you can't give what you don't have. So if it's something that you don't have, you cannot give. And so to be a better parent, uh, if you want to have your child to have happiness, joy, you have to obtain these things first. So that completely shift the focus to ourselves. And a lot of people, they have misunderstanding about spirituality. Spirituality for me is about knowing who you are, knowing yourself. And for you to be able to give to others, you have to be able to attain that yourself first. So there's a lot of clarities, since I've been on the path.
Mm. I see sometimes with my clients how parents struggle actually having this misconception that they have to give, and provide to the kids, and they drain themselves so much, and there is very little to give, and they're very surprised why the relationships go sour and become difficult. This is such a great reminder that it starts with us. that we have to obtain that what we want to share first.
Yeah,
Mm.
of course, of course. I think uh, to be mission school definitely helped me to be a better parent. And I one thing that I noticed is, I stopped passing on my stuff. The things that I can heal, the things that I become more clean and clear, I stop passing on to my kids in a way. So that's one thing that I felt I benefited from the training, becoming more clear and clear. So
Okay. So I have one more question. I think our listeners will be very interested to know how actually walking the path of progression helps us become better parents and improve our relationship with our children.
yes, children in general, they learn through observing us. They observe us, they see how we behave, and they copy. It's not so much we tell them what to do. So to be a better parent, since I've been on the path of mission school, have given me a lot of clarity and awareness how to be a better parent. And so in a way, things that we try to overcome challenges and problems or issues in life, rather than passing on to the next generation, we can actually overcome these things, and so we stop passing on to them. And things can be, addictions, mental health issues, relationship issues, and even physical diseases. When we heal ourselves, we start passing on this thing to the next generation in a way.
Mhm. And do you think that parents right now, I think, struggle so much with stress and overwhelm, trying to give so much to the children? There's in mystery school, there's many tools that help us with that inner peace and quiet mind and to heal emotions. Would you have any top tip for a parents? What would be the first step if the parent is overwhelmed? What could they do to begin this journey of healing so they can show up for the child with more peacefulness, more patience, and really connect more deeply?
Oh yeah, of course. I think first of all, parents have to know that they actually need help. They need help, and everyone needs help. And so when we with children, they're very present. With being a parent, when you be with a child, you actually have to be there, be present. And when you're not present, you're on the phone, you're distracted. Children notice right away, and they start acting up when you're actually not there. So I think parents really need to know they need help, and they are seeking help. And from there, there's tons of tools in mission school that can help. From life activations, personal healing sessions, initiations. Tools can help them to become more balanced, more centered. Tools help them to have more energy. Tools help them to eliminate stress. And there's lots of things available.
Mm, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And as we walk in the path of progression, and that's helping us to become better parents and mature spiritually, what does it really mean to mature spiritually? Because I think sometimes there might be misconception around that.
Yeah, I think people misunderstood studying spirituality. It's not about burning incense or doing yogas. It's about knowing yourself. It's about knowing who you are. It's about overcoming the things that have stopped us. And so, for example, addictions. Hermetically speaking, if someone has certain addictions, they will stop growing. So rather than facing the challenges, rather than looking at things that we need to do, facing the pain, we use substance, and it could be a wine, it could be smoking, it could be all kinds of recreation drugs. So we decide to kind of put our thing aside rather than dealing with it, and over time that thing sometimes blow up. For things issues we don't want to deal with it over time, it kind of blow up, and then we have to do damage controls on that, and people might relate to that. So to mature spiritually means sometimes we might have to face these issues, these challenges, but there are tools available. So the initial step again is to to think, okay, I might need help on these things and whatever that thing is. Yeah.
I mean, that self-responsibility and knowing that I have a power within to change. Mm, yeah, I love how the path of progression helps us move away from victimhood into empowerment, knowing that okay, there is a way and I can change and I can shift. And that actually really nicely leads us to the next question I wanted to ask about the inner child. I mean, there's so much out there uh, talking about the inner child and how important it is to heal inner child. So how is the path of progression helping us to address that, those wounding and really allow that inner child to mature so we can show up more fully in life?
Yeah. So inner child is it's a fascinating topic. There's a lot of mindfulness, out there, different things, New Age teachings, and pretty much all our problems, in life, we can track it back to inner child. So it can be anything that's hasn't been healed, traumas, through how how we behave, relationship problems, procrastination, to addictions, to even long-term chronic disease can trace back to inner child issues. So to heal inner child, it's a very complex issue. So mission school really, I've been on this journey for 17 years now. I've tried many different things, many different things, and I have to say, mission school really have the most comprehensive tools available to work on different issues. From addictions, it's very different to someone looking for empowerment, overcome procrastinations, looking to achieve, their full potential. These are very different tools. So we have these, energetic structure around us. You could say, sometimes refer as aura or the soul structures, etheric energies, and these structures very much timeless. So when we have certain inner child issues, for example, indecisive, you can be 20 years old, can't make up your mind about anything, or you can be 80 years old and can't make up your mind about stuff. So it's very timeless, and until we really kind of overcome, stay on top of these things, these patterns will keep coming up. And if we look back in our life where we have issues and problems, we can see there's very clear patterns. That's where I might need some help in this area.
Mm. I really like that you mentioned that the healing inner child is complex. Because I think sometimes people comes like, oh, just balance my chakras, just open my heart and I will be all healed. And it's not like that because we are such a infinite, eternal beings, and we are so much more than this physical body. And there's so many energy bodies and structure, and there's so much more to us. So to heal, we really have to dive deep internally to move through those patterns and limiting beliefs to really create the life we want and to live in empowerment. So that's very interesting and very important. Thank you for sharing that. Do you have any stories that you could share with us, maybe about yourself or your clients who have overcome something?
Yeah, I think within mission school, you have people really kind of walk the path. When I say walk the path, it means they walk the walk, talk the talk, and so whatever we trying to achieve or challenges, issues that we try to overcome, there's already people have actually done it. Then it's not a problem anymore. For example, in my early 20s, I had a lot of addiction issues. I was in corporate. I was working in investment banking, and people drinking, it's normal. It's a very healthy culture. So I had a very heavy addiction issues, and I completely healed that. I completely left that environment. I don't need alcohol for me to relax. And so for me, I helped many of my clients have completely come out from addictions. People have 15, 20, 30 years of addictions. Since they start working with me, within a few months, they will have results. And one of my clients actually, she flew her niece. She's a like celebrity. She actually flew her niece from US to receive life activations, and she's have been alcoholic for over 30 years. After the life activations, a few months later, she could quit drinking alcohol. These tools help works, and they yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very inspiring because those tools are available to everyone up there, no matter if we're a parent or if we're single, if we're in relationship, if we CEO, if we doctor, if we unemployed, anyone can use them. So my next question is how actually using the tools and receiving the teachings and living and walking this hermetic path can affect all our life, because in a way life is all about relationships, life is all about connection to various different things, but we are that center. So I see over and over within myself, but also within my clients, how as we change, our life changes. And so how that helps us to become more successful, more empowered, maybe changing a career, or maybe just building new life. That's always so wonderful to see people blossoming and blooming into this new, better version of themselves.
Well, I think it's really down to one thing I noticed for many of my clients is it's reducing stress. We have so much stress around us, and the tools really help to reduce stress. When our stress level is low, we're more focused, we're more balanced, we're more present. We're more present for people around us, more present as a parent for our children, and wherever you are. When we do certain things, if we're not present, I mean, we're not there basically. And so yeah, the tools definitely help to clear a lot of space, basically, space for things that's important. That's what I found very, very valuable.
Mm. So in a way, they help us to redirect, to know ourselves and redirect our energy to do what matters, actually, to create better life. Would that be correct to say in this way?
Yes, that's absolutely correct.
Yeah, amazing. Well, thank you, Kodo, so much for spending this time with us and for sharing all this lovely wisdom and stories. Would you have any top tip? If someone is listening to it, to our interview, and maybe struggle right now in life, maybe seeking for a change, what would be the first thing they should do? What would you recommend? What would be the first step they could do to shift?
Oh, I would absolutely recommend to try for life activations. This is one thing that when I look back in my life, in my 20s, I wasted many, many years. I wish someone have walked the path, someone have actually really kind of understand the day to day. Everyone's struggling. I mean, we all kind of put on this mask, and although we have good jobs, and but I spent many years suffering. So I wish I had the life activations, and maybe our mind can't comprehend what life activation is. The results is there. The results is there, and you feel better. You feel more centered, less stressed, and that's what matters. It's the results. So yeah, life activation.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for listening. And till next time. Kodo, thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time and spending here with us. Goodbye for now, and thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Please like and share.